Hey YouTube, it's Sav here. I've been sick, so today I decided to cram in two separate tutorials for you guys. This first one is going to be how to make wonton soup. Now, I don't know why people don't make it enough because it's so super duper easy to make. And out of everything that I make, my kids' number one favorite thing to eat is chicken and rice. And the number two thing to eat, their favorite, is my wonton soup. Totally easy and pretty foolproof if you ask me. The base of it is just a chicken stock or a chicken broth, and really it's the wonton folding itself that's a little bit more time consuming, but the broth itself is just super duper easy. Continue to watch and I will teach you guys how to make delicious wonton soup, and check back in for my next video, okay? Bye! Here I'm freshly grating in some ginger into my low sodium chicken broth, mixed in with a little bit of water. I'm adding in 1.5 teaspoons of salt, giving a quick little stir here. And once your mixture starts to boil, you want to add in 3 packets of your wonton soup base mix. Now, this mix does contain MSG, so if you're one of those people that are like, oh my gosh, run for your lives, it's MSG, in moderation, I believe it's not going to kill you. My dad, my family in general, have been using MSG for generations, and let me tell you, my dad is 75 years old and is one of the most healthiest and most active person that you will ever meet. So here, after I've added all 3 of the packets here, we're going to give it one more quick little stir. Next, I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of sugar. I turn it off at this point after I've mixed it, and then I add in my white pepper. About 1/8 of a teaspoon. If you like it a little bit spicier, you can use 1/4 of a teaspoon. A little bit goes a long way. And last, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. Sesame oil is very strong, so you don't need that much. So now you just taste and set aside until ready to use. So here's my wonton filling mix that I am grating in some more ginger, more or less depending on what you like. In my mixture, I have some shrimp, ground pork, sugar, garlic powder, salt, 1 green onion, and a white pepper. Now the main star of my filling is 3 tablespoons of finely diced pear. That's right. Make sure it's young and crisp. The green one, like I think that's called a bartlett pear. Make sure it's crispy though. You don't want it soft. The reason why I use a pear, now most wonton fillings will require that you use a water chestnut, and it's there for crunch. So I don't care for the canned one. So if you can't get a hold of it, use the fresh water chestnut. It's a little bit more difficult to peel because it's kind of hard, but for crunch, it's definitely worth it. But I like to use a pear. It adds a little bit more depth of flavor. That's why it tastes really good in it. I've actually done it before using a crisp young apple too. As long as you taste it first, make sure it's not too sweet and not too sour. So once it's all mixed in by hand here, we're going to cover and refrigerate for about an hour or 2 until we're ready to make our wontons. Okay, here I'm using 2 damp cheesecloths because they were closer to me than my dish rags. You will also need 1 egg wash, which is basically 1 egg beaten. And you want to make sure that you also keep the wraps, like I said, under the damp cloth at all times because you don't want to risk drying it out because they do dry out fairly quickly. So next I'm going to show you guys how to prepare the wontons and how to roll it. You're going to add about 1/2 teaspoon to 1 teaspoon at the most into the middle. Add a little egg wash here. Now you want to fold it over here, and I'll show you guys, get a better angle here. Fold it over and take your 2 hands, and then you want to kind of flatten it out, just like that. Next, I'm going to show you guys my favorite way on how to roll it, which I think is the tightest. The wonton's in my left hand, and I'm taking my right index finger, and you want to make an indentation and then just fold the 2 corners and overlap one on the other, just like that. And this makes kind of like a tortellini, I like to say, or looks like a little boat or a little hat, whatever you want to call it. And then you want to place it under the damp cloth and get another piece here, and I'll show you one more time. Right in the middle there goes the filling, and then you want to brush it with some more egg wash. You can use your finger really if you wanted to, but it's a lot messier and stickier that way. So you want to fold and make a triangle one more time. Now, ultimately, you can leave it like this, but it's not tight enough in my opinion. But if you're really lazy, then you can try. So right hand or right finger, make an indentation, and then overlap the 2 points, and then you have yourself another tortellini. And I'm going to show you guys actually one more way that you can also do it. So this is another easy way that you can also fold or choose to fold your wontons. It's kind of cute too. So fold it over the same way. I call this basically looks like an envelope. Fold it over to make your triangle again, flatten it out the sides. And then you just want to basically just fold, take the long corner here, and you want to fold it, add a little egg wash with your finger to seal, and fold the other side over, and there you go, cute little envelope. Now I'm going to show you guys how I cook them. In a big pot of boiling water, you're going to add in your wontons one at a time. Don't overcrowd your pot. I do about 10 to 12 at a time. They take about 5 minutes to cook. Now the reason why I don't put them all into the pot of broth is because, well, they're all going to cook at different times. So if you put them all in the pot, you risk cooking them for a longer period of time. And so the wonton wrapper itself, they're very fragile and thin. So you don't want that beautiful filling to just come out and just be all over the place, and that's just going to be a total mess. So that's why I do it separately. Your wontons are ready when they've all floated to the top. You just want to drain them out with a slotted spoon. Place them into a colander fitted over a bowl to make sure that they've drained properly. Now I'm going to show you guys how I plate them. I'm making a little bowl here for my daughter, so just put them in a cute little bowl here, and just want to take some nice warm broth and ladle that over. And then you want to add in your chopped green onion, or you can even use parsley, whatever you want, and you're all done. All right, guys, we're all set here. What are you waiting for? Get out there, go buy your wonton wrappers, and get going because this is so, so easy to make. Thanks for watching, you guys, and please subscribe. Bye.